I am back for Title Tuesday. I did not play the first one today, but yeah, second one starts in 26 minutes. So I think what I'll do is just play some warm-up games. Okay, first warm-up, playing Farewell to Kings. Play D6. Haven't played D6 in a bit. Let me make sure the audio is okay. Hey, it's people. Let me know if things look and sound okay. Hey, it's Dirty Halvard. Welcome back.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, I messed up the move order. I was supposed to delay developing the knight and play rook fc8. Yeah, we're following the Vichy MVL game from earlier. But Vichy played knight b3 in some random position. b3 is a bit more standard. Welcome back to more people. Hello, hello. If you're just joining, this is my first game of the stream. I'm warming up, trying to stay focused, trying to stay up on time as well. Some a5, a4. This is maybe typical. I think c5. Okay, the queen should not be on d7. White had these ideas. Generally, the knight should be on d7.
What begins as an insect and ends as a habitat?
Oh dear. I don't know if I want to know that. I mean, anything can be a habitat if you believe hard enough.
Hi Eric, it's nice to watch you play when I lose 100 points.
Wait, what? Oh no, you're raiding. I don't know what to do here. Queen b4. Queen b4 is interesting. Like knight d5 is sometimes an idea, but then I just take. If takes, takes.
Evening. Time for tea.
Yeah, how many people are drinking tea right now?
Bughouse.
I should have understood that. The answer to everything in life is Bughouse. If this were Bughouse, I'd put a knight here, or pawn here, and then queen here. I have to follow the rules of chess. Really not sure how to handle this. I mean, there's knight g4. I'm just trading into an endgame. Or not. But kind of. Hmm. Oh, it's not a great position. And down a little bit of time. But that's the point of a warm-up.
Can you prank call Lifong?
Not right now. Not during a game. Lafong pranked called me yesterday. Prank called me yesterday.
Yay.
Out of the blue.
Congrats on victory over Levy.
Oh, thank you, kind person. What do I do here? I gotta move quicker. I was really focused the other day during the Levy match. Now I feel slightly unfocused.
1
This
year
is
Eric.
okay. Happy 1 year. I'm really passive here, but Trying to make some gains. So if e6, I go for f5.
Sorry I didn't catch you at the Chicago Open. I got kicked out for getting into a fight with GM Feingold at the buffet.
I believe that. Yeah, what to do? I got outplayed that game. Oh, okay. Oh no, some of my rating. I did stop by Chicago Open the other day. Met a lot of people. Hey, happy 1 year to Nuryeva.
Good evening from UK with a Yorkshire tea, cheers.
Oh, cheers. I'll cheers my coconut water. I'm drinking this today. It's summertime. Gotta stay cool. I stopped by on Saturday. Actually, I played the Blitz tournament, Chicago Open. There was no Bughouse tournament, unfortunately. But the Blitz was fun. Welcome back to Gustafsson.
Just came from your new YouTube video.
Hey, let's go. Welcome back to Claw and ZK Snarks.
Hero.
Yeah, we have the new vid command. I posted a new video about 25 minutes ago. Hey, it's after the Taui.
How are you going to get your revenge on Le Fong?
Oh, maybe by beating him in Title Tuesday. Is he playing? I can't scroll down beyond 30, so there's no way to know if he's playing. I could call him and ask. But yeah, beating someone in chess, it's ultimate revenge to anything. He did play earlier, yeah. Hikaru played earlier. Hikaru's playing this one too.
What should I do to get psyched for Vegas?
Ooh. Visit a psychic. Psychics are the best people to psych you out or to get you psyched. But if you can't find a psychic, then maybe a psychologist or a shrink. What's on your hoodie? If you want to see the full hoodie design, first of all, it's a goose, but you can go to the link in the merch command, and then it's this one. Actually, there's a black one, but then there's this one too. I'm wearing the gray one. And if you look closely, it's a Stafford Gambit. Okay, maybe I should do one more warm-up? 17 minutes? Let's do one more. I felt a bit out of it that previous game.
Is it unethical to goose somebody during a chess tournament?
Depends how you define goose. Goose is usually a noun and not a verb, but yeah, it depends on your definition. Okay, so we have this line. Been having these positions a lot lately. And this is basically a reverse of what I was playing against Levy. although I was playing this down a tempo, but the same Carlsbad structure. I'm playing Pomegranate. Grandmaster Pomegranate. Yeah, the goal is to stay up on time. That's some 95 idea. 94, really. And this pawn is now a target. Am I just winning a pawn? Bishop c4, there's knight a5. Bishop a2, queen d5, queen
Also, I may
e2.
end up getting wrist surgery the day before the simul. I
Oh
don't know
no.
if I will be able to play chess very well,
Oh.
but I don't know much as of now.
Yeah, you kind of need your wrist to play chess.
Hi Eric. You may not remember me, but we met at the Chicago Open.
Oh hey, let's
It's
go.
me, I'm no
Nice.
444.
Hey, it's 444.
I ended up winning the
Yeah.
U1700 section, so I really wanted to thank you for letting me take a picture with you.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Congratulations. Yeah, I definitely remember
I hope
meeting
you're
you.
having a great Tuesday and will have a great titled Tuesday. Best of luck. Less than 3.
I appreciate all the good luck wishes. I think this is okay, actually.
If for the
F5,
rest of your
F3.
life you could only play openings named after people or openings named after places, which could you choose?
Places. Because of London opening. There's bishop h5 here. Okay, so takes the bishop's hit. But then just bishop g3. And I have 3 attackers. We might see e5. And as black, the goal is to try and make things messy.
Hi Eric, it is nearly summer yet there is no tank top. I am unable to advertise your merch when running down Stafford Street, London. Please advise.
Tank top coming soon, just be patient. I'm working on a new design. Okay, so if knight takes, I have rook d1 and then c4. So I don't think the knight can take. Meanwhile, this just looks really, really pleasant.
Ootl, where did the goose obsession come from? And yet chat always says quack. I'm confused, shouldn't it be honk?
Yeah, chat can maybe explain. Or maybe they'll just keep quacking. I shouldn't be taking too much time. I keep applying pressure. e5 is now a loose pawn. There is rook e8 in the end, but then knight e6 in the very end. And rook e8 right now is still knight e6. So I was chased by a goose. This was already like a year and a half ago. Or 2 years ago? And it was a goose that was blending in with ducks. But it was definitely a goose. There's a video on YouTube explaining, of me explaining the situation. Okay, that was a pretty clean win. 27 moves, defeating Grandmaster Pomegranate. Anonymous GM from Madagascar.
Is it true that you're going to prank call Lifong before the tournament?
Only time will tell. But there's 12 minutes before the tournament. And I still kind of have to warm up. Because Hikaru, Grishuk, Jobava, Fedoseev, a lot of strong players here. Why was opponent a4 not hanging? Good question, actually. I didn't even realize, yeah, pawn wasn't defended. Although if black takes the pawn, it's probably a legal move. Maybe I would go for this. Yeah, I'd go for d6 with the double threat of pawn takes knight, but also
Sending you
bishop
Top
here.
Goose energy from Yorkshire, the UK. Thank you for being such a great entertainer and cheering me up.
Oh, thank you, Francesca. Thank you, Easy Man. Or Easy Bean. Yeah, whenever you take something or put the queen on a square that's aligned with the opponent's rook, you have to be really, really careful. So, yeah, I think the pawn was just too dangerous to take. Like, whenever the... Actually, maybe here. Because then the bishop's hanging.
I promised my people I would do a face reveal in Vegas. Will
Ooh.
you be able to show some photos on your stream after you get back? Rost1 cheers.
Yeah, if you give me permission. I usually don't show photos of random people. Or non-random people. If they don't give
Any
permission.
word whether or not the West Gate will lift my ban for the simil?
Oh, I don't control that. You might have to smuggle yourself in someone's suitcase. Or just dress up as Jim Halpert. Do I have time for one more game? I think I do.
Hi
One more
Eric,
game.
I forgot that I won a lesson with you from Hikaru's Ukraine fundraiser. Thanks for all the content.
Oh, really? Yeah, they never followed up. I should reach out. Did they give information? Like, 'cause I assume that someone from Hikaru's team would contact me. But if that's actually the case, feel free to reach out. I'll be traveling for a bit the next couple weeks. I'm playing Galileo. We had a match recently in London time. It's actually a tricky move
I
order.
give my express consent to you to show my face to the
Okay.
world. Rost1 boss Rost1, well done.
Okay, as long as it's documented.
Finally caught you on stream. Also quack quack. Also happy raising rating waiting squashing.
Oh, thanks for all of that.
I also won a free bug house lesson from the Hikaru tournament.
Hey, everyone won something from that tournament. Even though it wasn't a tournament, it was a charity stream. um, 8-4 is a move. I think I'll just take. Play positionally. Yeah, so it's a question how black develops the bishop. If b6, I think I take there. A3 is very typical. Give the bishop a square. A very positional strategic game so far. Black's a little bit passive with minor pieces. I'm a little bit more active. Bishop a4. Interesting. I don't really want to trade rooks. And queen d2 is a funny move. You could trade everything. He takes in queen d2. Should play h3 when I have the chance. Maybe even king h2. Or queen d4. A nice centralizing move. Like queen d4 now. I'm allowing queen c1, king h2, queen d1. We trade knight d4. A weird position. a7's a bit loose. I have knight e1 too. Wait a minute. Yeah, this bishop is still a little bit stuck. It's tricky.
Thank you for the great content. And a late congratulations on your win on Dub Off.
Oh, thanks so much. Dub off. Gotta move quicker. Yeah, alerts are muted now for the rest of this game. Could be heading towards a draw. Okay. Good game, Galileo. I think the draw is a fair result. At some point I was down a pawn, but then things were tricky. Maybe it was slightly better for white at some point. But then I got really low on time. We both did.
Good luck today. Rosen, let's go.
Thank you, Malcolm Reynolds. No heart rate monitor today. I have to find my watch. I don't think it's charged. Anyway, the tournament begins in less than 2 minutes. So a little bit of time to kill. Thank you, Milox. Oh, there's some people who didn't see my win against Dubov. Yeah, I posted the whole Title Tuesday to YouTube, which is one of the more recent videos. It was my best Title Tuesday in recent memory. It's this one. I will share the link in chat. And okay, let's get ready for Title Tuesday. I think the way this will work is I'll mute alerts during the games, just so I can try and stay focused. Matt Rob asking when's the next round of I Am Not a GM. I'm not sure yet, but it'll be probably around June 8th, 9th, or 10th.
Thanks for the great content. What site/platform do you recommend to keep all your chess openings knowledge? I want somewhere I can keep going back to and able to add.
Yeah, Lichess Study. Actually, I made a Lichess Study for today's games. Hey, it's Scrabble. What's up, Scrabble? Shout out to Scrabble. If you're just joining, we're about to play some chess. Starting in about 5 seconds. Okay. Hey, I'm playing Duck's Paradise. Alerts are being muted. It's chess time. Okay, we have a Rosalimo. I've encountered this recently. It's not like a main line. Like White's combining the Open Sicilian with the Rosalimo. But I'll admit I haven't studied this at any sort of level, so just playing typical moves. Trying to play quickly. Let's see where the bishop goes. Generally b5. Sometimes the bishop goes to d6 to hit the h2 pawn, and then later bishop e5. f4 might be coming. Start with b5. So I'm developing the queen side first. It's a playable move. b4. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit uncomfortable. I think I should just castle quickly. Like knight c4, probably rook b8. It looks like I'm holding things together. e5's prevented. That's a move. Knight b6 likely to come. Or that. Oh, queen f4. So e4 is attacked. Some d5 idea eventually. Or d6. Not sure what to do here, actually. Knight e5. This move looks scary, but then I take and win the bishop. I'm expecting something like takes bishop d4, and the queen probably goes to g5. I was thinking bishop c5. Yeah, I just want a positional game. Like if we trade, then I'll get a setup with d6, e5, bishop e6. Combination of rook d8. And these pawns are potential targets, along with this pawn too. But a6 is also a little bit vulnerable. So maybe my bishop's better on b7. If d5, okay, let's play simple. Hmm. D5 now. D5, e5. Hmm. Really gotta watch my time. I want to win the e5 pawn. Anything can happen here. One idea, e5, rook d4. Mission accomplished. Okay, I won on time. It's a very tense position, even in the final position. But maybe the opponent felt the pressure a little bit. I thought if anything, black should be playing for a win, even if like I could bring in the game real quick. I was thinking if we trade, white wants to do this, but then I have king c5 and very quick e4. Yeah, the 1 second increment can be very, very deceiving. Bear with me one moment. I just realized my thing is misaligned. Okay. I want to make sure I know when the next game starts. Also, thank you, Nixia. Welcome back. Something for 11 months. Alright, so got this scene. Okay, I hope things are visible. Here's the game. My time zone is Central Time. So it's 4:09 p.m. for me. Maybe real quick I can ask for the engine analysis. Requesting the graph. I did win for those just joining. It was a kind of rocky game though. At some point I was worse, and then I was much worse. It was really much worse from the opening? I'm curious how I'm supposed to play the opening. Ah, so this has been played by like top level GMs. Queen b6 is the main move. Oh, no time to analyze. Okay. Playing FM. A melee chess. Yeah, again, I am muting alerts during the games. Trying to find full focus. Bishop f5. Okay, I'll play the more positional line. The more ambitious line is bishop b5. But I'm feeling positional now. There may have been no reason to play a4. Black wasn't even... Maybe black was threatening b5, actually. b5, rook b8. I think queen c7 is a fine move. How to do this? I could play b4. Knight e5 ideas. Actually thinking knight h5 here. Knight h4. Okay, let's do something a little bit different. This might not be good, but it's a typical plan for these positions. The idea is to play a5 and bring the knight to c5. And this is the one concern. I could maybe even take that. Knight d2. a5 first. Knight b3 first. It is possible for black to play a5. But looks okay for me. Yeah, c3 looks like a really weak backwards pawn, which it kind of is. But once I get the knight here, then there's really no more worry to defend c3. Okay, so down a little bit of time, but I do like the position. Thank you to Big Mantings and Mr. G's Pod. Yeah, so the idea is to rook lift and then attack. Easier said than done. H4. Let's rook E2 first. I should really be playing quickly. Okay, now no more goals of attacking on the king side. There are goals of attacking on the queen side. This pawn's a target. And it's getting spicy. The pawn is pinned, but there's enough defenders. I think what I want to do is just push h-pawn, make a loop for the king, and then play on both sides of the board. And there's potential to like take everything on a5 and knight b7 with a fork in the end. The problem is there's queen a1 in the very end. Yeah, that's reasonable. Hmm. Not sure how to handle this. Takes knight d7. I could take once on a5 and play rook b1. Hmm. I don't want to draw though. Okay, I'm playing for a win. It's risky. But what else to do? Knight d7 to f6. I should play queen e8. Might not matter though. Let's go. This is force mate. Okay. The risk paid off. I could have easily lost that, but yeah, that's why it can be fun not to turn down a draw. Or fun, it can be more fun to turn down a draw and not to end the game when there's still life. Okay. Yeah, very tricky on the queen side. Because black really tried to break down the structure, and I thought a6 would be weak, but it turns out I was left with the weakness on c3. Not sure how much time there will be to analyze. again, I can bring it into the study. Also have my first game in the study that I didn't really have time to look at. Wow, the first game, it was pretty clean. Okay, a couple blunders. But not like huge. I mean, White had the most winning chances in the like early middle game. Thank you, Fluke Gambit. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. It is hard sometimes to interact so much with chat and play these games. But yeah, I'm trying to stay focused. 2 out of 2. Next game I'll probably play up. At least that's how it was, I think, the previous time I played. A lot of people with 2 out of 2. I see the comment from Sven Neandri. I love you. I live in Iceland. I was just in Iceland, actually. Iceland is a super lovable country. Played the Reykjavik Open. But I'd love to go back. Not sure if I'll make it back this summer. Maybe next summer. Or maybe next April for the next Reykjavik. Is this Sadwani? Sadwani, okay. Strong player. London time. This is my pet line. It's not objectively that great, but it's playable. There's some line, I think e5. I looked this up at some point. There's a bishop e3. No, I think it's e5 first and then take and then bishop e3. It's like one of these weird lines I looked up a while ago where white gambits the pawn but gets a lot of initiative. And it was supposed to be engine approved. The question is, how do I break down the setup? Knight f3, there's already f6 bishop b5. Let's try this. So f6 bishop b5, I'm threatening to now take on d7. I have all my pieces developed for the cost of a pawn. So it seems like decent compensation. I was wondering, can I just take in rook d1? Knight c6. So maybe rook d2. There's knight e4. There's this move too. I don't think the pawn can be defended there. A lot of good looking moves here. Rook d6. d2. I think I'll start with this. Like, there's just no way for black to defend the pawn. Black's kind of escaping, though. But I do have the d5 square to work with. Knight b5. How to do this. d2. Can't take too long here. e4 next. There's this idea. Black is severely underdeveloped. And c5 probably coming. Or that move. I'd like to play bishop b3. Prophylaxis, a4. Spending too much time. Black's kind of escaped the worst of it. Still pushing though. Oh no, I blunder? I mean, c4 only move. I have to play b3. Am I just losing here? I have a3. Wait, this might just be losing though. Yeah, it's just losing. Oh, that's so sad. The position was so nice too. I'm still fighting though. Barely. Two seconds left. It'll be a good game to analyze. I had some chances in the opening. Running this now. Not that it does anything. It's still losing. Okay, I gave away all my pawns. Because now it's stalemate time. Except how do I even orchestrate the stalemate trap? That's not stalemate. Okay. Good game. Yeah, he fought back. He kind of just untangled. Black was really tangled there for a little bit. He's a strong player, especially in Blitz. Okay, another game to add to the study. Let me find the study. There we go. And again, just because there's not much time to analyze between games, I'm just requesting the computer analysis. I wouldn't be surprised if I was completely winning at some point. Wait, what? Oh, this is a sideline. Okay. So e5. Yeah, e5 is it's never been played in the Masters database. And on Lichess, Okay, there's been a handful of games, but it's I think it's the most venomous move. Hey, welcome back to Africa. Yeah, again, if you're just joining, it's Title Tuesday. Trying to make it No Mercy Tuesday. Gave my opponent a little bit of mercy in this game, though. Let's see. Oh, so I was never completely winning. Bishop b5 was already some inaccuracy. It's still better for white. I think the issue, I spent way too much time looking for the win when there was no win. I just got low on time.
Hey Eric. Smile.
And he defended really well, though. I mean, like, all engine moves, basically. And then I was just worse. Wow. So best move, knight d5, preventing king e7. And then... Why did I not play this? I think I just assumed it would be the same threat. Maybe I assumed rook b8. So what's the point here? Knight h4, g6. Ah, g6 loses f6. Bishop d7, knight f6. Okay. Hello to Confused Mum. Welcome back. Usually, like, +3 is winning. Is considered a winning advantage. Sometimes it's tricky, though, with Stockfish these days. Because the engine will be a little bit more savage than it used to be. Okay, uh-oh. We good? I think we're good. Okay, let's play chess. Try and regain some focus here. Opponent taking time. Opponent playing the London. Maybe they were second guessing themselves. And I had this line earlier. Okay, I didn't have this line earlier. C3 is considered slightly inaccurate just because of this line. This is what Min Lei plays. What was Queen C1? Queen C1, I just win a pawn? I feel like that may have been like an accidental pre-move. Wait, it's not so simple though. Like takes, bishop b5. Maybe I can take here first. Take here first. I don't think I'm winning a pawn like so easily. I might be winning a pawn though. D4 it seems just a little bit too risky to take. Although maybe I could have gotten away with it. Bishop d7 and take with the king. But this looks a little bit cleaner. Because I'm just hitting the knight. And now I think I can just take and win d4. e6. And probably e5. f5 is tricky though. E5, knight c3, or rook d1 even. Maybe bishop c5. Preventing rook d1. And my queen's just chilling. Staring at f2. And if the trade happens and I castle and there's more scope against f2, I could have the rook, already queen and bishop, and plus a knight, like all aimed at the f2 pawn. Okay, so I have to watch out for knight b3. Knight b3 is a little bit annoying. Still keeping an eye on the pawn. And if here I move back to f6. I mean, time is very good here. Yeah, so this is a threat. There's two threats, actually, to take here and to take here. There's not too many ways to defend against everything. Though I think I can get away with... Can I? Castling takes take f2... Or no. What am I thinking? It's just queen e7. Queen e7 is a safe move. Keeping the center pawns. Yeah, I'll address alerts after the game. But thanks for subbing. Thanks for the bits. Thanks everyone for watching. Feeling good here. And white's knight is restricted. The bishop's restricted by the pawns. The queen restricts the rook. That's a playable move. Probably e5 now. Reinforce the pawns. I mean, there's this potential idea long term. Time to castle. Hmm. I mean, rook f6. Well, I wanted to do this, so I prevent it, but I also prepare my own devious plans. Okay, how to punish f2. I have e3. Queen e1 checkmate. If takes. Okay, that was nice. I'm not sure what my opponent meant to do in the opening, because queen c1 seemed to be pre-moved in this game. But I'll take the win. Oh, everyone's suggesting their own variety of Tuesdays. Tiled Tuesday, lidded Tuesday, tilled, diddled. What does diddled mean? Wilted. Quilted. Ooh, I should do a quilted Tuesday. Maybe in the winter time. Where I play Titled Tuesday while wearing a quilt. Filthy Tuesday. Every Tuesday has a little bit of filthiness. Or I could do some I could make a quilt. How do you make a quilt? By knitting? Anyway, let me put this into the thing, and I'll address some people. Replaying some alerts here. Oh, what did that say? There's no TTS.
Greetings from Israel.
Is it unethical to call somebody and not tell them that other people are listening? Probably. Except whenever other streamers call me, I just assume that they're streaming to their audience of like hundreds of people. So, um, but generally, yeah, the
Go
recipient should
Enrico.
know who's on the other line and who's listening. Thank you, Jimist. Also, thank you, Federico Grando. Says go Enrico. Yeah, actually, when I was in sixth grade, I took a Spanish class. I started studying Spanish, and my Spanish name was Enrique, but Enrico is pretty close. Thank you to Rafik, his wisdom. Okay, let's try and get some wisdom from this game. It's a nice graph. Seems like a pretty clean game. I made one mistake, one inaccuracy. Oh, taking the pawn was a mistake. Wait, it's already minus 4.5. Should I take with knight? Wait, what? Minus 4.5 after pawn e6. That's insane. This is kind of what I was alluding to earlier, that the evaluations by Stockfish are sometimes very extreme. Because in this position, I'm not even up a pawn yet. Like, I'm going to win the pawn. But generally, like, a one pawn advantage should be -1. But Stockfish is already giving equivalent of being up 4 pawns for black. I mean, it is nice. Remove the center pawn.
I'm gonna dress up as Enrique Rosa to get into the West Gate.
Enrique Rosa. Good luck with that. Oh dear. You can make a quilt by sewing patches together. Oh, maybe we can make a quilt for Enrique Rosa to have a believable disguise. Also, thank you, Neil Heat. It's never too late to say congrats for that match. Until Levy gets revenge, which hopefully won't be soon. Anyway, yeah, I'm currently 3 out of 4. And that was round 4, so it's the standard break for Title Tuesday. Some random tabs open. Good number of people with 4 out of 4, including Hikaru.
It's never too late for a chess
Uh,
boxing match against Levy.
yeah, we'll see. If it's never too late, maybe I'll wait until retirement. And then I'll have less to lose. And then I'll have years to train as well, assuming I retire in like a few decades. Yeah, there's a difference between quilting and quitting. I wonder if it's possible to rage quilt, where you get so mad you start making a quilt. That sounds a bit more wholesome than rage quitting. You just have so much rage you click the X and withdraw. So many things to do in my retirement. Oh, Sneaky Pablo asking, did you end up playing Blitz in Chicago? I did. Yeah, the Blitz tournament in Chicago was actually, it was fun. I didn't win any money, but my games were really fun. I lost to Timur Gareev twice, but we had like pretty big fights both games. And then I played Tani, who, I wonder if Tani's playing today. Who's pretty well known. I think he's like 12 or 13 years old, but he completely crushed me the first game that we played. Hey, thank you, Gary. Like he's super, super tactically sharp. Like I've seen his puzzle rush scores, but to see him actually like find puzzle rush like tactics in a game, it was scary. But the Blitz tournament, it was a double round. So I lost to him the first game. And then the second game, I got a huge advantage from the opening, won a few pawns. And then we got to some position in the endgame where I wanted to promote. Like I was going to promote my pawn. But if I promoted my pawn,
should I buy extra knights in case I want to underpromote
maybe.
during a tournament?
I mean, this is what happened to me. If I promoted my pawn to a queen, I would have gotten knight forked. So I under promoted to a knight to avoid the knight fork. And I already had 2 knights on the board. So maybe I can share Rosen versus Tani. Oops. Let me see if I can actually share like approximately what the position was. It was something. You had like a bishop somewhere. It was something like this. I think there were more pawns on the queen side, but it was white to play. Oh dear. And this isn't a great example because the knight immediately gets trapped. But I promoted to knight, and then for the next like 20 moves, I had 3 knights to play with. But it still took forever to win. And yeah, I had to pause the clock. I had like 15 seconds left. Because there were no knights around. There was no extra knight around. So we had to get it from another board. Oh, Joe asking, did you try to take him into the endgame? Yeah, that's what happened. But he still like defended so well in the endgame. It took so long to win. Uh-oh. Okay. Next game. Muting alerts. Playing FIDE Master. Biostatistician. What is this place? I've never heard of this place. Galicia? Galicia. Okay, this is not the most exciting line, but it's a line. Hey, it's Kung Fu Chess. Maybe I'll play some Kung Fu Chess later. I haven't played in a while. I went to the site the other day. No one was online. But maybe we can change that today. Okay. Very safe position. So if bishop d6, I take on f7. Wow. I want to imbalance the game. Not sure if now is the best time to do so. Maybe it is. This move coming. And eventually e4. I was trying to figure out a5. a5, queen a4. The rook should come to the center. Okay. It's still roughly equal. Giving back the bishop. That's a good move. I have queen a1. Queen a1, queen f6, f4. So here, knight d3, I take, rook c3. Some lines where the knight's very close to getting trapped. Now probably queen c3. Another idea, rook d1, knight e4. At times about level. I'm controlling the only open file on the board. White should be slightly better here. Rook c7. Knight e4 doesn't quite work. It's a safe move. May have been better options there, but it's still pleasant to play. So e5, knight f5. Rook c7 incoming. That's a good move. I think I have to trade. Forgot about that move. Should still be okay though. D4, E4. Could take. Really risky here. I'm just getting outplayed. Yeah, I'm down 2 pawns. What to do? I'm still fighting, but not looking promising. Yeah, wasn't the best defense either. Black played well though. What to do? Yeah, the better try is this move, but it's still losing. Yeah, Black actually played a really good game. At some point, I was probably a little bit better, but then the king got really active. Um, yeah, allowing the knight trade probably wasn't the greatest thing ever. But I'm not sure, because e5's coming. Okay, engine just says white's much, much better. Like rook c7. Oops, not rook c8. Rook c7. And then active rook versus passive rook. And then the knight can kind of infiltrate. And then it was still slightly better. Although, yeah, once d4 happened, like d4 is a very good move. And e4, yeah, in hindsight, I should take. And it's still roughly equal. Why not knight g3 instead of trading knights? In this position. Yeah, knight g3. Then my knight kind of gets kicked around. But maybe it gives me just better chances long term. Anyway, okay. Not too much time to cry. New opponent. Playing expertly. Yeah, it's a Catalan time. Playing this line. It's a Ray Robson variation. Yeah, I played a lot, but against someone who's unprepared, it's a pleasant line. But A3 is one of the main lines. Pretty sure D3. D3 or A6 first? I'm trying to remember. I think D3. Opponent very prepared. Knight D5. Yeah, so I was temporarily up a pawn, but I gave it back to give white an isolated queen's pawn. Now it's a matter of just completing development. I probably B6 here. Because there's less worries along the diagonal. If I can play bishop B7, there's not really too many problems for black. Rook C8. And maybe rook C7. Idea queen 8 and then rook FC8. Get the diagonal battery and the file battery. Although here, could play queen C8. Now I have the rook and queen battery. We might see queen B2. And maybe rook C3. Okay, H6 probably is called for. Because I didn't want to allow white to play H6. Okay, D5 is really solid. I got the file again. Similar to last game, I had the file, but gradually let my advantage slip. This time I'll try and make use of it. Like queen C3, trade queens, and then go after these pawns. Wow. Is that really a move? I guess it is. So A6. In here, I think I just play queen C7. Rook C1's now a threat. Hmm. I think this is okay. I was just calculating rook C1, knight C3. Queen has to move. And then after takes... I was hoping for knight E2 in the end, but maybe it doesn't happen. I guess rook C1, knight C3, queen B3. If queen B3, then I win material after takes. Okay, what is this? Oh, did I blunder? Ah, I kind of blundered. d4 hanging. This isn't good though. d7, rook d8. Okay. Still a fight. Might be threatening f6. It takes, and then I have this. Oh, the queen defends the knight though. Okay, now it doesn't. Oh no. I'm missing everything. How bad is this? It's really bad. I lose a rook. That crumbled really quickly. Like a sad cookie. What to do? There's almost en passant mate, actually. I should have allowed it. If check here, and then g5, and then en passant checkmate. But white would have had to waste a tempo. Yeah, I was just missing tactics. Like c3 was not a move I should play. I was just seeing my own tactics, assuming the queen had to move. Yeah, this is gradually turning into Wilted Tuesday. My sharpness is wilting away. Yeah, the position was nice too. I was happy to get this line. What to do? Okay, I'll bring the game into the study. Why is it not bringing in the names of the players now? I did that for the first few chapters. I'm not sure if this is a Lichess bug or a chess.com bug. Probably Lichess. It still says the name of the result of the game. Real quick. Engine. A6 instead of knight f5. Or no, knight f5 instead of a6. No time though. Playing Mucho Hugo. Okay. I'll try and get back on track. This is a line I played against Dubov the other day. I think Dubov played knight c6. Okay, so this is a trap that, who was it? It was Gawain Jones. Grandmaster fell into a few months ago against me. Same exact position. Why is it not showing notation? That was weird. Yeah, it's a 10 move trap. And I think knight c5 here. Of course, black is going to try and fight. Nice thing about knight c5 is if queen here or here, I take and fork the king and queen. Somehow Gawain Jones put up a fight, even though I won a bunch of pawns. This game, this game I win and notation disappeared again. I assume that was 13 moves. That's so weird. Does it always do that? I just want to see how long the game was. It was 13 moves. That was pleasant. That's one way to avoid tilting and wilting. Yeah, I should put that game on the Clips channel. Shout out to people watching in the future. How to win in 13 moves. Okay, we'll watch Hikaru. Oh, Hikaru down a pawn. This should be a draw, though. But this could be a long game. Some theory? This is probably some theory. Hikaru playing solid openings. Yeah, the names were in the PGN. But I'm not sure why they weren't appearing as like the chapter title. What's the eval? This position, the engine will usually say like plus 0.7. But objectively, it should just be a draw. We can see though. Okay, plus 0.2, 0.28. Yeah, they have a ton of time because I think they just blitzed out opening theory. And I believe this is on Draken. Well, and Draken play for the win. Hey, it's Sethers me. Thank you, Sethers me. I had alerts muted, but I just unmuted them. Got some downtime now. Yeah, how long will this game last? This could be the longest game of the round. Because White could play on for like 49 moves and then push a pawn. Then play on for another 49 moves and push another pawn. Hey, thank you, Nick Zhang. That's a first time chat too. Appreciate the bits. Yeah, White has to be careful not to flag. Well, we do see a pawn move. Always play f3. The idea is to play e4. But White is really taking his time. I did see Hans won the first title Tuesday today. He actually beat Hikaru. Like, he beat Hikaru very convincingly, too. Impressive game. How many moves is one game max length? Sure, you could do the math. I mean, you'd really have to work for it, but I'm sure it's possible to have a game well over 1,000 moves. Because basically every 50 or every 49 moves, you have to capture something or push a pawn to reset the 50 move rule. Hey, we finally see e4. Yeah, black has to be careful, because this pawn is passed. And you have to ensure that white can't sneak into g5. And there might be some idea e5, rook d6. Or even, like, there might be a threat rook d6, fork, take the rook, and then win the king-pawn ending. That's so sneaky. Like, if rook a6, rook d6 is winning. Hikaru has to be really careful here. Wait, what is black supposed to play? Because if rook e6, still rook d6. I like the way Andrejkin is handling this. Wow, f5. So after takes, this is a theoretical draw, like even if white wins this pawn. But we'll see if Hikaru knows how to defend. Yeah, this should be a table-based draw. But as we've seen in the past, Hikaru has recently failed the knight-bishop mate, so I think this position is even trickier than mating with knight-bishop, like to hold a draw with black. Although maybe it's already simple, but maybe not. Because yeah, when the king goes here, the rook comes back. And f6, black can just take the pawn. And rook d5, king f6. Ooh, rook g6. But how does white make progress? Nah. Ooh. Oh, rook g5 coming. But then, wait a minute. King f6. This should still be a draw. Take f5. Takes, it's drawn. Ooh, okay. Black can't take trade rooks because then pawn takes is winning. It would be hilarious if white flagged. Not gonna happen though. Also be hilarious if white gets mated. Wait a minute, white's making progress. This is still a draw though. I think. Andrejkin really trying. Okay, take the rook. There we go. Hey, it's stalemate. Hikaru would get a Rosen trophy for that. Or stalemate. If it was on Lichess. Okay, playing another player. So I have 4 out of 7. I think that was the longest game of the round. Okay, so I'm playing an opening. I wanted to keep secret, but I guess I'll reveal now. This was a new type of gambit. I prepared for Levy. I didn't get to play against Levy though, but this is part of Levy's repertoire.
Go goosey loosey goose.
Oh yeah, goosey loosey goose. So I sacked the e-pawn, but this gambit, it's essentially engine approved. Why has this or this? Actually, I played this in Chicago Open Blitz as well. In Chicago Open, my opponent played knight to b1. Knight e4 is a bit more natural. Actually, I checked some analysis after knight b1. I'm trying to remember what I checked, though. Bishop f5. Like, it's still very tricky to play for both sides. Also, thank you, almond milk tea. I should have... Actually, maybe I still have this. Bishop e4 and then queen d5. I could include h5 as well. I think I'll start with h5. I'm just trying to loosen the king side a little bit. Interesting. Bishop e6. There's a funny line. I think I'll try it. The funny line is knight e4, bishop b4, bishop d2, bishop e7. It doesn't look so impressive. Looks like black just wastes time. But the point is to prepare f5 and then trap the knight in the center. And this was an idea I had looked at in preparation for Levy. Like it was a deeper middle game idea. And it looks like, oh no, there's knight c5 here. I wonder if I can play queen d5 first. Queen d5 castling. I have rook h5. I also have bishop d5. Creating the pin. And if castling, I play f5, knight c5, I take, and then queen here, winning the knight. And f5 is now a massive threat. And f5 wins the knight for two reasons. Because knight's pinned, but also trapped. So maybe f3. f3 looks really ugly for white, though. Be tempted to play h3, f5. Yeah, that's interesting. I think I can take now. Because if takes, I take. That's logical. Queen b6 here. Yeah, I think I might trade a bit. The calculation is knight c5, takes, queen d5, knight b7, knight d5. Hitting this, and hitting this. And also this. I forgot about knight f2, but it should be similar. Can take in queen d5. I'm still down a pawn, but still have compensation. And this is still a threat. I mean, there's knight h1. Really not too many ways for white to defend f3. Because now I think I just take. And if queen takes rook h2, and tactics start flying, b5. And now this is double check. Even though my knight and queen are both attacked, the king has to move to g1. Okay, that was pleasant. It's nice to be able to use opening preparation uh, in a game like that. Was rook h2 mate? Yes, I missed mate in one, unfortunately. The double check was just too appealing. But rook h2 should have been played. Anyway, yeah, this gambit line, it's been played maybe a dozen times over the board, but it's super rare, and I think theory is still developing. But yeah, I was happy to unleash this this bishop e4 check and bishop e7. So I think this is kind of what gave me the momentum going forward. Yeah, when you see mate in one, look for better. A double check can be more satisfying sometimes. Did knight d3 win the queen? Oh, do you mean knight takes d2? It looks like knight takes d2 wins the queen. Knight takes d2 would lose a queen because queen takes d5. Yeah, you got to be careful when discover checking like that. Oh, thank you, Nick Shang. Asking, what rating do you think I should be at 16 if I were to become a CM? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means. Like, if you want to become a candidate master, then I forget the rating requirement. It's like, is it 2100 or 2200 FIDE? 2200. Yeah, so I guess if you want to become a candidate master, uh, age is irrelevant. It's more about the rating that you hit. It's also about just improving. Sometimes to achieve rating goals or titles, you have to detach yourself from just a number and focus on like improving your overall chess understanding, learning something from every game, because ratings will naturally fluctuate. Okay, I'll bring this game into the study. Yeah, the names of the players are here, so I'm not sure what changed with the importing options. Oh, standings, yeah. Hikaru leading. Hikaru's still leading. So that one draw is only his only draw. He won the rest of the games. I'm still not high enough to see my name, but I am 5 out of 8. Yeah, I'll check the analysis here. Hey, thank you, Nick Sang. Yeah, feel free to elaborate on the question, but I hope I gave some suitable answer. I got the question recently from someone asking if they devoted like 5 hours a day to studying, could they become grandmaster in 7 years as like a complete beginner? And Yeah, realistically, it can be very hard to achieve like the GM title, even if you devote your whole life to the game. Um, but like a healthier way to approach chess is to just try and like continually improve without worrying about exact rating or results or anything. Very important to have a growth mindset. I'm number 57. How'd you see that? Because the standings list is just stuck for me. And I reported the bug to chess.com, but I'm not sure. Like it won't let me scroll down. Unless I could zoom out. I'm zooming out, but it still only shows 30. Oh, maybe it's a Chrome issue. Anyway, okay, let's see what the engine thinks. Um, wow, it wants me to play D3 here. Really? That's so cool. Also, this position has been reached. Let's see. Masters database, only 6 games. It was recently played by Sam Savian. He was playing black against Ilya Nizhnik in this St. Louis Spring Classic. Um, and they ended up drawing, but Sam was at some point like had some very dangerous position, or very dangerous for white. Like it was almost winning for black. So D3. So what if pawn takes? So black's down 2 pawns, but engine says black is basically up a pawn in compensation. I guess because the e file is nice. That's so crazy, and the knight's gonna come in. What if e3? Like, there's already this idea. This does have some Halloween Gambit vibes. Yeah, there's also ideas of smother mating. Like, in what I played in this position, imagine white goes for some slow plan of like a3, b4. Then this is smother mate. Not likely to happen, though. White's likely to play d3 at some point. So bishop b4 check should have been played. Yeah, I played something similar in the Chicago Open Blitz. And if takes, takes. I guess queen a5 is already a threat. Like if g3, then queen a5 is winning. Black's threatening checkmate in 1. Like if a3, it's mate in 1. This is double checkmate. This is also double checkmate. So it's double checkmate. Um, what happened in the game? Bishop b4, bishop e7. At some point, white's position kind of just fell apart. Oh, knight g5 and white's better. My queen is tied down to the bishop. So 41 Matt is saying if the final position was a discover check, which it was, do we call that tactic the disco check? Yeah, discover check, disco check for short. This is double disco check. Actually, all double checks have to be a discovery, basically. Although there is a weird case of like en passant double check, which doesn't happen so often. Wait, I considered queen d5. Where? Oh, I was considering queen d5 in the line after. Wait, did I consider it here? Oh, I maybe did. Oh, that would have been really bad. I didn't even see knight f6. I rejected queen d5 because white can castle, which is still better for white. Yeah, because I was aware that like knight d6 check I take. That could have been really bad. I was considering this sign, like, okay, no more time to analyze. Playing another FM with 5 points. I'm mixing it up. No more London. We have a French. Wait. I think I looked at this. I assume I just take. Wait, no, I messed up the prep. Or did I? Oh, I messed up my prep. Oh, this is a downside of playing into a French. Do I have to play a Miller Berry? I mean, there's bishop c2 here.
Love your content so much, Eric.
I was supposed to castle and not take back. Mm. Also, thanks for the love. I'm struggling a little bit here. I think I'll go into a Miller Berry. Even though I don't know how to play the Miller Berry. It's a gambit line where you sack like 2 pawns and then try and get compensation. I don't think black's supposed to take the second pawn though. Yeah, a6 is the main move. Accidental Miller Berry. Queen b3 doesn't work. I have no idea what I'm doing here. King h1, maybe queen e2. I'm trying something. Like bishop d2, rook d1. Okay. Knight d4 is coming. Queen g4. It actually doesn't look so bad. Just the time situation is not great. Allowing queen d4. So no time and worse position, but I'll try and fight. Only down a pawn. Definitely some fighting chances here. 94. Long knight c6. Ugly square for the knight. F4 coming.
Mercy is good.
Mercy's also bad sometimes. Ah, too much mercy. What to do? Thank you, MX Sage. Yeah, that was unfortunate. The problem stemmed in the opening. I'll explain why I messed up the opening. Even though it's still playable. Yeah, I've studied castling is the main line. I don't know why. So the reason why I took was because I assumed because black played this move order, it's a bit different. But it should just transpose. And then black was prepared for Milner Berry. I think a6 is the best move here. At some point I actually gave a lecture for St. Louis Chess Club on how to play against a Milner Berry. And I'm pretty sure I showed this exact line. So yeah, I might have to rewatch that lecture. But I'll go ahead and bring the game into the study. And another loss, another lesson. But I'm not sure if I was ever like actually better. Like I may have just been worse that whole game. Like even though it seemed like there were some fighting chances. Oh, what is your prep you misplayed? So the preparation, it's actually another gambit. Um, that doesn't really have a name. Like Lee Chess will still call it some kind of Milner Berry. But the point is to castle, and you just wait for black to take, and then there's I think better compensation compared to what we achieved. Hey, Vampire Chicken, sharing the Milner Berry video. Yeah, this was back in 2017, 2018. Uh, Here we go. This is the exact position we just had. With 97 too, right? Yeah, exactly this. And engine says black. Not only black is up a pawn, but black has like more advantage on top of that. Thank you, Dr. Konomo. Wow. Yeah, black played a very clean game here. Thank you, Pong ID. Was that pre-Stafford? I think it was. Hey, it's Trying to Learn. Welcome back, Trying to Learn. I saw Trying to Learn at Chicago Open. I actually saw a lot of people at Chicago Open. Ben, Karen. There's also a video on my channel. It was like my first ever Stafford Gambit that was streamed. Where like I didn't even know the name of the opening. Speaking of, I think now's a better time than ever. Stafford Gambit time. Oh. Okay, Stafford declined. I'm not too upset because White's not punishing the dubiousness. And generally, these positions are like close to equal, but slightly better for black. Just a bit more development. Now I have the two bishops. Bishop f6 is d4. Probably bishop d6. And then the queen can develop. And bishop g5 runs into this. Rook e3. Yeah, white's trying to resolve the pin, but it's kind of an ugly square for the rook. Rook e8 is coming. I mean, pawn structure is almost completely symmetrical. I wonder if I could take on f3. Like we trade and then rook b8. It seems like a pretty safe advantage. Let's do it. And there's two major drawbacks for white. For one, the pawns are a bit fixed on dark squares. Bishop c1 is interesting. Another thing, I controlled one of the only open files. Yeah, I could consider like king g6, king g6, king h5. But, another idea is like g5 and maneuver the rook to h6. Put the king on f5. Maybe f5 right away. Okay, so small change of plans. Bishop's going to f6. I'm realizing I might not be so much better here. This could be a long grind. And there's a funny idea, though. Funny idea to walk the king up the A file. Okay, I should play A6 here. It kind of shuts down the queen side, but white's pawns are getting fixed on dark squares, which should favor the bishop situation, even though it looks like white's bishop is happier than mine. The rook's going to be tied down for a while. I am trying to play this for a win. Hmm. I think now the plan is to run to the other side, although the bishop controls g7. I gotta play some quick moves here. Wow. Hmm. White's king is stuck, which is kind of crazy. My king's also kind of stuck. No! Man, I freaked out. I don't know what's even happening in the final position. That's so sad. Did I blunder a rook? I'm not sure if the rook could be taken. Like in this position, I would queen. I mean, I blundered flagging. That's the type of blunder. It's probably losing for me though, because this is already a mate threat, and both pawns are controlled. Good game though. It was a good fight. I'll put the game into the study. I'm not sure if White was playing for a win there or was just trying to survive. I was definitely the one playing for a win. I think a big mistake was taking this pawn too early. I probably should have. Well, maybe it's not so clear. I was thinking maybe I should like move the king to be within range of defending g6. It's actually not so clear. And then we got to this. Okay, no time to analyze. What to do? Is this the final round? Oh, this is final round. Okay. So now I just have to ensure I don't fall below 2700 in blitz. Rating's been bleeding today. I'm playing the line that I was playing against Tanya in our match. 97. This 97 doesn't change much. But it might. Oh, this is very similar. I assume I take on d6 and play queen c2. And there's knight takes. Thinking queen b1 here. It looks weird, but I'm trying to induce f5 or even g6. It's tempting to take and play knight d4. Maybe just e4 first. e6 is now a weakness. Okay, we could trade. Thinking queen c1. H6 is enticing square. And if takes takes, then the rook can come in as well. Yeah, maybe it's not anything too special for white. I think black's just equalizing, like takes bishop d5. Still might as well bring the queen in. Yeah, but I'm not better here. Maybe leave the queens on the board. Rook e1. Yeah, there's takes in rook d2, but then queen b4 or queen c4 check. Man, I really want to take on e5. Doesn't work though. Queen b4 and this move. Um, Probably b3. B3 c4. Again, I want to draw. Queen b6. Or queen h4. And queenside down to f6. Knight d4 is a move. Not sure what to do. And things are being traded. It's going to be a grind. h5 idea. Never mind. Might want to trade rooks. Never mind. Hitting the pawn. Rook c2, c5. Okay, that's an interesting decision. Now I'm definitely playing for a win. The pawn is weak. I assume this is winning. Okay. Yeah, Black is basically in Zugzwang in the final position. Because if here, then I push, and yeah, that was a nice finish. Um, but Black equalized that game. Like, it took a lot of work to win. I think the big mistake was taking with pawn.
Hello Eric. Can you say hi to my niece Josefa, please, from Chile?
Oh yeah, hello to Josefa. I'm not sure if the TTS pronounced that correctly, but Yeah, I hope you're doing well. I've never been to Chile. Someday would love to visit. Also, hello to Ovale. Or is it Ovalle? Thanks for subbing for 5 months. And again, it's very hard to keep up with like all the messages in chat during a game. Uh, it's not that I'm trying to ignore anyone in set. I can only interact after the games. It usually helps if you have a question to include the move number. So otherwise, I don't know what position you're referring to. Can I show final standings? Hikaru looks like he won it. Unless there was a tie. And Draken also up there. Oh, so tie for first. Hikaru, I guess, winning on tie breaks. I finished in 59th. Not the best showing ever, but had some fun games. Final standings. It still shows there's one game going, but that's over. Yeah. I can bring the game into the study. Um, let's see. Also, I'll share the study link in the chat in case anyone wants to analyze these moments on their own. Lichess gives completely free analysis with Stockfish. Most of the games I ran, like the Blunder checks on. Thank you, Mando Brook. Yeah, I'll admit this move I haven't studied as much as Knight c6. Engine says Black's just a little bit better here. But okay, it's still a tricky line. F6 is not a good move because of what happened. Except here I should take on e4 first. Ah, and go into this. F5 and then knight c4. Oh, or go into this. That's nice, because if queen takes, I win the bishop. And then knight d2 is coming. Queen e7. Knight d2, f5, and then... Knight c4 allows queen c5. And b4 looks nice here. Nixia asking, was a gambit prep? What gambit? There was a new gambit that I played. Not the French game, but this game. This English gambit. The c6 move. Which I don't think I've ever played before on stream. Did Amon play that variation against me? I'm not sure. He may have. I don't think I've played him in a while, though. Anyway, I'm going to wrap things up. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. And I'll be back at some point. I have traveling coming up. We also, I didn't mention this specifically earlier, but we have the Vegas command, and there's a new sign-up form. So if you're going to be in Vegas and you want to compete in the IRL sub battle, I'm putting together a team. And then the other streamers having teams will be Nemo, Ben Feingold, and Botez Live. So, should be fun. The forum will have all the info to sign up. I think we each pick four members per team. So, in the meantime, I'll find someone to raid, maybe. I assume a lot of people are finishing up Title Tuesday. I mean, I might as well raid the winner. Oh, looks like Hikaru doing some Puzzle Rush. All right, thanks again, everyone. If you want more content, I have a new YouTube video too, posted a few hours ago. New vid command, and I'll be back in the future.